When you're making your own paper puppet, you are going to need the project paper. So the toucan paper is the project paper. It's nice and thick. You will need this paper. You will also need a pencil to draw your paper puppet with. So right by the sink, there is the pencils. Then in the cabinet or the drawer below is your scissors. You'll also need a scissors to cut out your paper puppet. Then from the drawing table, you will also need some colored pencils or crayons. So look for these labels and grab your colored pencils or crayons. When we are putting together this paper puppet, we are going to need a hole punch and brass fastener. So at the paper table, look for the hole punch label or brass fastener label, and they will be in the cabinet. So here's our hole punch, and here's the brass fasteners. So if you ever want to make your own paper puppet, you are just going to have to draw it on regular paper with a pencil first. So whatever body parts that you want to move, you have to draw separately. So if I'm doing a cat and I want the head to move from the body, I have to draw those two things separate. And each part that I want to move, you have to draw it separately. So you can't draw it all together. So here I have like my head, my body, my legs, and then my little hands. Then once you get it drawn and colored, you are gonna cut it out. Another tip is the head and the body are gonna connect, but I can add like a little tab. So I'm adding like a little extra, almost like a neck, because when I make my hole punch, I don't want to like have a hole way by the mouth and ruin the mouth. So I'm going to be making the hole like right here, and then it's going to be connecting, you know, right here on the cat. So it looks a little bit nicer, and I'm not making a hole like in the face. So then after you draw it and color it, you are just going to cut it out with the scissors, and I'll kind of show you that tab. And make sure you draw your paper puppet nice and big. If you do it too small, our little hole punches will be way too big and it will break. So I'm just going to do the head and the body just to show you how these will go together. All right. So then I can punch a hole, and I'll punch a hole here. Then we're using the brass fasteners. We are going to put a hole through and then the overlap. So instead, before I would have had to put like a hole through the face, and I really don't want that. With this extra little neck or a little tab, I can just overlap them and it looks really nice. Okay, then I'll open up these like butterfly wings. Then I will finish cutting out my other pieces and putting it all together. So the key is, if you want to create your own, you have to draw all your pieces separate. So they can't be connected as one drawing. It has to all be separate little body parts.